do our ideas that we come up with. It's what's presented to us. So we're an open book and we'll listen to anything, run the cracks, and I want you to be aggressive on the rest of your element. If you've got a project that you are running short, but you need a little help, keep us in mind. Like I said, we certainly don't have unlimited resources, but we do have some that goes towards growing deer.
We do and we will.
We've got some in mind.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Ron.
Okay. Approval of minutes. We do not have minutes from past meeting. We had minutes the last meeting.
Were they not in the packet? I was out in the car reading through them and they matched up with. Yeah, I went through them. I make a motion that we approve.
I
Previous
make a
meeting.
motion, I'll second it.
Make that unanimous. Building permits, none. Transfer appropriations, no, none. Although I've got a few items here to, that's left, and if they're there, we'll have to come back to that. Same way with unfinished business. Is there any comments from the public that we can take up at this time? Mr. Stoll?
Sue Ellen's got something first, you need to see her.
We're built a garage east of Odon, and we have a shower, a bathroom in it, and we have a little 14 by 14 room just for watching TV. And our water is not fixed out there. We still got a terrible water leak that they say that's on the town side, but water's standing on top of the ground. So we need to get that fixed for one thing. And then we're not going to be living there. We're just going to be stopping in there occasionally when Jim mows and taking a shower or something. And so we need the water turned on. But I wonder if we have to pay the trash pickup fee on top of the water fee.
That's the way the ordinance was written. All utility customers, you pay water and sewage. You will pay water and sewage.
I will pay water and sewer. But will I have to pay the trash pickup? That's what I'm wondering. Will I have to pay for the trash pickup when we won't be living there?
The way, like John said, see the way it was wrote up, it's just part of the utility account now. I mean, it's all, together. So anybody that's got water or sewage, you're gonna be paying for trash services too.
Okay.
I mean, that's the way it was wrote up at the beginning.
Okay.
It's not actually separate bills, it's all one utility bill.
Okay. If we have our water shut off in the fall, we can have it turned back on in the spring?
Yeah, it's like people do when they go to Florida, yeah.
Okay. Well, I just thought if you want to leave it on all the time and not have the trash pickup, we would leave it on all year round, but if not, then we will have it shut off probably in September, not turn it back on until in June. So that was just my question.
Yeah. Just call the office and on those dates.
Tell them when to come and turn it off, you mean? Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So when do you think they might get it fixed out there so we can turn our water on?
Doug isn't here. He had another situation.
He's supposed to be here before it's over, so I'll remind him.
Okay. I appreciate that, because we think we got a water leak, but we can't get into it because the water's still running out there, so.
I'll definitely make sure they get out there soon before the next rain comes through the.
Oh, okay, I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Toll?
Yeah, I just come back to see if you guys had decided anything or what we came up with on the horse property out here.
Yeah, we voted,
No, we don't.
No.
My advice would be, I reviewed the language for that. My advice would be, you haven't received a complaint, there's nothing to act on. You're looking at one definition, you have one line in there that says you want harbor to domestic animals, and that definition does include horse, but you've had no complaint really to act on. I don't think there's really anything to do at this point. You can't give permission to violate a statute. If you get a complaint in the future that somebody's harboring a horse on that property or on any property, then you can make a determination. Do you need to amend your definition? Do you need to amend the more substantive language that says don't harbor them in town? But I would say at this point, it's really sort of somewhat moot. You don't have any complaint before you, but you really have somebody asking permission in advance, and you can't really say, yeah, you can violate that.
Yeah, but I think he would like to know that what he's planning on doing will not meet obstacles down the road.
He's already bought it. I don't see that he has any choice about it. If he encounters it, he encounters it. I mean, he's already bought the property, as I understand. So he's probably already keeping
At
land
this
on
point,
there,
he
right?
maybe could,
Well, Mark had talked to another Amish guy, and I don't know if you even know this, but what did you say kind of the rule of thumb was with,
Standard humanity acreage per horse is 2 acres per horse. And that's considered humane. Anything less than that is inhumane. And that also includes a shelter. One comment or question I had was, on the total acreage of your plot, how many acres are in the county versus in the town?
Now, when you say county, you mean,
township?
Township, excuse me.
it's all in.
it's
Yeah,
all,
in the township.
it's all, yeah.
City limits.
It's all city limits? Okay, I thought there was a line
You know,
there.
if there was, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, we had talked at first, we
No,
thought
I
there
thought you
wasn't.
said part of it, I thought you said part was in and part
No, I
was
told him to go check at the courthouse to make sure. In fact,
And he
it was
found
all-
out that it was
Yeah,
all
going
in
down.
town. Okay, because,
Well, if we took no action at all, is that suitable to you?
What's that?
Left it the way it is, and,
Does he understand what I'm saying? That right now, the board doesn't have any complaint before it saying, oh, somebody's harboring.
Probably will, but that's why I'd like to resolve it now.
I would too.
Nobody's come in the last 3 months. You've been having meetings on it and mentioning it in the paper. Nobody's come forward and said, yeah, I'm the neighbor.
But what I'm saying is, Rita, if we just do nothing, let him go, then everybody's gonna think, well, he's got a horse, we can get a horse right here on Main Street. But if we amend it to what Mark's saying, 2 acres per horse with shelter, that's gonna eliminate anybody putting running tackle, a bunch of acreage in town. It's gonna be on the outside limits. That's kind of what I'm looking at.
It seems to me that we need to settle it now because later on, after he gets more of an investment,
Could we just not, keep the ordinance as is, and they say except for horses, and we'll amend that to like, must be 2 acres per horse with a shelter and minimum of 2 acres?
You have to amend the definition to take horse out, and then you have to change, add another section for, horses utilized for, I guess, if you want to say that, purposes of transportation.
I would I mean, I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rita, but I think the more defined we get on this and more specific, the more vague it becomes. And that's the one thing that I have a concern with when we start playing or changing an ordinance of this stature. If we amend the ordinance for horses, exclusively horses, 2 acres per horse, there's going to be somebody else that's going to come with a hardship case for goats.
I got 1 acre horse.
Or I got 1 acre,
Yeah.
and I have
And it's a
horse.
smaller horse.
But it's small.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but why can't we keep it as a transportation horse for one thing? That's gonna eliminate some of that.
Well,
You ain't gonna ride a goat, you ain't gonna ride a smaller horse. I mean,
how do you...
Utilize a pony. My size.
I saw-
to run a car.
But then